Mixing and mingling, that's a good thing. But now I would like to introduce our guest for the evening. All right, Keith Stark is a licensed marriage and family therapist intern with a deep commitment to mental health advocacy, education, and community empowerment. Born and raised in Camden, New Jersey, we won't hold it against him. He experienced firsthand
Don't hold it against me.
the social economical hardships or economic hardships of the inner city. Rather than allowing these challenges to define him, Keith used these hardships as fuel to become a beacon of healing, resilience, and hope for others. With a strong foundation in public service, Keith dedicated the early years of his career to juvenile justice in New Jersey, where he witnessed the profound impact of systemic challenges on Black youth and families. In 2007, he relocated to Las Vegas, transitioning into nonprofit management training, and where he focused on creating community-based programs that addressed critical social issues. Keith is the owner of Keith Stark Therapy in Henderson, Nevada, where he specializes in trauma-informed care with a focus on Black mental health. As an EMDR certified therapist and certified anger management instructor, he works extensively with individuals affected by intergenerational trauma, racial stress, and emotional dysregulation. While his practice is inclusive of all, Keith is especially passionate about serving Black men, Black families, and students, offering them the tools to break cycles of mental health struggles and build emotionally healthy futures. Keith is the author of a men's journal titled Reclaiming You. He's currently working on 2 books, one to be released quite soon.
That's a little, yeah.
2025, all right. Beyond therapy, Keith is a vocal advocate for mental health awareness, using his platform to educate, inspire, and uplift. Everybody give it up for Keith Stark!
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Nikki, you read that did you get that one? Yeah,
I only missed one word.
Yeah, I like that. That was good. How's everybody doing? Good? That's good. It don't sound like you are. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much. Let's liven this place up. I feel real comfortable when I walked in the door. There was a few people here that all look like they could be my family members. But now there's a lot of people here, and you all look like you could be my family members. So thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting Black Henderson. I've been here for 18 years, and never have I experienced, up until the last few years, something like this, where Black businesses come together. They say Vegas and Henderson really don't have a lot of culture because it's so transient. But Black Henderson has created culture for us in this city. And so I'm so thankful for Nikki and Jameen, who's become a brother to me and their family. So I appreciate it. Thank y'all. I appreciate you. Thank y'all for coming out. I got to introduce my people, my lady, Miss Fomika Watkins, who is from Atlanta, Georgia, but she just recently located to this fine city, and her beautiful niece / daughter, Miss Jada Watkins, who is already the apple of my eye. Also have 2 amazing adult children, Joshua and Tatum. Joshua's 26, works in the school district, aspiring to be a teacher. And my daughter is in college at FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, where she's studying fashion business. And so she's in her junior year. So can somebody say, my wallet hurts? Right, my wallet hurts. She's killing my pockets. However, it's worth the investment, correct? I definitely got to say, what's up, frat, to my frat brother, Mr. Chris. We link up every Monday. For the men that are in here, every Monday we actually just finished a series, so we're not meeting up for another couple weeks. But my brothers in Black Henderson, John, Joe, Jameen, Chris, the man behind the camera, it's really an amazing event. They say that Black men don't go to therapy. They say that Black men don't like Black male accountability. That's false. That's false. As a matter of fact, every Monday, a couple weeks ago, I think we had maybe It's supposed to be a small group, but we had well over almost 20 individuals there who desire to come. In the whole organization, how many brothers do we have that come out on a regular, Jameen? Jameen, how many, what's our count? How many people do we have come out on a regular basis? Or how many do we have that have come out so far? Do you know? Altogether. Yeah. Over 50, correct? So that dispels that myth, correct? And what I've been blessed to see over the past few years in my practice is I probably see 45% African American men in my practice. And so, black men, we are coming to therapy. We are healing. We are working on building our capacity, which we'll talk about in a little bit, to live this thing called life. So when you hear people say that black men don't go to therapy, you can tell them they lie, right? You can tell them that that's just a narrative that we set to hold us down as a people. Okay, cool? All right, somebody say mind right, money right. Mind right, money right. I think y'all said that like a choir. Y'all sing? All right. It's a lot of good black businesses that's in here. How many people that didn't come up, you're business owners? You didn't come up for the hot mic, but you're still a business owner, right? How many people are aspiring business owners? Yes, me too. Me too. I have my own business, but I'm part-time now, but I'm looking to go full-time. All right, let's jump into this. Again, my name is Keith Stark. Nikki said it all. Originally from New Jersey. I got into mental health. I'll tell you the story of how I got in, and then I'll jump right into the message. In working in juvenile justice back in Jersey, I found myself getting frustrated. When working with the adjudicated youth because they would go home, they would come to our program. Our system was phenomenal. They'll come to our program, get rehabilitated, and then they go home. And I found that when they went home, 80% were returned. Right? 80% of the youth that were adjudicated would come back into the system. And I struggled with that, and I didn't know why. But what I realized is that although they were rehabilitated, when they went back home, they went back to a system that was broken, and it caused them to struggle. And so they went right back into the same behaviors. So then they would get locked up again and come back into the system. And so because of that, I was like, what can I do to affect change? Well, I said, if I become a therapist that focuses on systems, like that'd be perfect. Then I can affect the whole family. And so that was my approach, and that's what I went for. That was my goal, and I'm glad to say that I've reached it. And I reached the goal of going into the field. Now I'm reaching the goal of helping adjudicated youth to not go back into that system. Cool. So that's why I became a therapist. It's not necessarily my purpose. It is my mission, right? All of us, we got a purpose, but very few people live on mission. And I live on a mission. It's what I do. It's what I breathe for, to change the face of mental health in the African American community. All right. Sorry, the screen wasn't where you couldn't get the connection. So I'm gonna do everything from my computer. And so sorry you can't see it, but I put it on everybody's table, my QR code for my link tree. There's so many different ways that you can keep in contact with me. If you connect to my link tree, you'll be able to connect to all my spaces, inquire about therapy if you're interested, groups, books, every social media site from TikTok. I still got a MySpace on there. No, I don't. So let me know if you can't get in, and I'll make sure I'll help you do that. Cool beans? Everybody cool with that? All right, let's start this presentation. Can y'all give it up for World of Wings? Yes. I had a real brief conversation with the young lady, co-owner, earlier today. And how many of y'all know that to own a business in this community as a black family is difficult? It's very difficult. Not only do you have to deal with the struggles of owning and starting a business, but some people don't want you here. I'm gonna be straightforward, right? Some people don't want you in this environment. So when she asked for the Yelp review, for the Google review, make sure you do that because we need to stand and thrive in this community. It's needed. I had a high school teacher who worked in an area that wasn't predominantly black, right? My high school wasn't in New Jersey. And I would ask him this question, why don't you go work in the hood? Why don't you go work in the inner city? We need you there. And he said this thing, he said, Keith, if I go work there, who would you have? And so that struck something to me. So I said, you know what? That makes sense. So World of Wings is in the neighborhood where they need to be, because there's a lot of chicken spaces on the west side, right? There's a lot of food places in Northtown. It's not a whole lot where people look like us in this neighborhood. So make sure y'all support them. Don't let this be your last time here. Keep coming back and get wings because not only is it a black business, but the chicken is good, right? Yeah. I said, Nikki, if you want me to come out in Jameen, you got to have it at a chicken place because I like chicken. And they said, oh, we got just a space for you. So, all right. How many of you have ever been in a space in your business or on your jobs when you had a desire to give up? Just show of hands. I mean, you wanted to quit because the work was heavier. The work was heavier than the time, money, and effort that you put in, right? You couldn't take it. Believe it or not, that is what most business owners or people in business feel. The power of stress and burnout is something that we all can relate to, whether it's in our business or in our personal life. Now, I know I'm supposed to be up here to talk about entrepreneurship and mental health or stress or burnout. However, this challenge that I'm going to have for you today that we're going to focus on is not necessarily about your business, but it's about you. It's about you. During this time, we will talk about the different issues that we face as business owners. Hey, brother, you have a good one, man. Eat that chicken and lick your fingers, man. It's good. All right. My fault. I'm an ADHD and I'm a clown. All right. So we're going to focus on that. We'll also focus on building capacity, right? Building capacity. And then we will focus on some self-care tips that you can utilize so that you can be better at what you do. Does that make sense? That's good? Why mental health as an entrepreneur matters. We know, as we just stated, that entrepreneurship is mentally and emotionally demanding. Anybody in a business that it hasn't been mentally or emotionally, and for a lot of us, physically demanding. Anybody? No. So that means everybody here understands that, yes, business is emotionally, mentally, and sometimes physically demanding. Correct? Mental health as an entrepreneur matters because long-term success requires internal balance. What are we talking about when we say internal balance? Internal balance is being emotionally, is having emotional fortitude, also known as being emotionally intelligent. Now, we've all heard that word bounce around a lot, correct? Emotional intelligence. Who in here actually knows what emotional intelligence really means? You know, we hear these words, they're buzzwords that we hear on social media, we hear, you know, in our studies or whatever, but a lot of people don't necessarily know what emotional intelligence really means. Anybody want to jump out there and... Did you raise your hand, Chris? He did, didn't he? And then he said no, he changed his mind. Anybody? Yes, ma'am.
Just simply being aware of your emotions and
Perfect. Yes. Being aware of your emotions and the emotions of the people around you, right? Now, can you control the emotions of the people around you? No. But through your emotions, you can help them to deal with theirs, right? Where you can help to bring them down. If you're in the middle of an argument and somebody's emotionally high and you don't match their emotional height, then you can possibly bring them down by understanding your emotion. So yes, thank you for that definition. Mental health matters in entrepreneurship because your mind is the most valuable business asset. Your mind is your most valuable business asset. I didn't say your talent, your skill, the thing that you're good at, the thing that you sell, the service that you provide. What I said was your mind. A lot of times we go into business and we don't really, we allow our mind to think and create for us, but we don't maintain that. We get into what we're good and what we're talented in when it comes to our mental health. And we focus on our skills and our abilities, but we leave behind our mental health. And so that's really key and important, all right? Burnout warning signs. Let's talk about them. Constant fatigue, constantly being tired, increased irritability, a loss of your passion or drive, lack of sleep or oversleeping, overcommitting or under-delivering, or overcommitting and under-delivering, and decision fatigue. These are constant warning signs. If you've ever felt that in your business and as you work, know that these are things that cause you to want to give up and quit. These are things that cause you to burn out quickly, all right? Let's talk about what good mental health leads to. Good mental health leads to long-term planning, a clear strategy, accomplished vision, financial security, value in your community, and greater resources. When I say greater resources, you'll hear me say greater resources. What I'm really talking about is not just, greater resources is how you give to your community, but it's also the financial gains that you have. Here's a quote. Your mind is your best business tool. Keep it sharp. Your mind is your best business tool. Keep it sharp. Let's tap into self-care really quick. Somebody tell me, what is your number one self-care thing? What do you go to when you come to your self-care? What is it that you like? Sir? Music. Yes, great. Somebody else. Sir?
Meditation.
Meditation. Yes, we just talked about that a couple of days ago. Meditation. Ma'am? Cartoons. Cartoons. What's your favorite cartoon? Hey Arnold. I like it. I like it. Food. Food. Like what? Chicken wings? There you go. Me too. Me too. Somebody else. Gardening. You have a garden in the desert? Yeah. You nice. Hey, does stuff grow? That's nice. Yes. Manicure, pedicure, massage, taking care of yourself. Indeed. The gym, working out. You look a little diesel. You go, how often you go? Every day. Every day? I got to get my mind right. Got to get your mind right. Yes, indeed. Anything else? Ma'am? Baking. You do that for work, though. Oh, you don't, didn't you? Oh, okay. All right. You don't bake for work. You do it for fun. Oh, okay. Got you. Got you. Yes. Reading your word, right? Stand in the word. Sir. Writing. Writing. Anybody else? Family. Spending time with loved ones, right? That's on my list. Huh? Depends on your family. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, did you have one?
My self-care for me is
Massage and facials. Yes. Listen, self-care is not just spas and vacations. It's whatever recharges you, right? So sometimes it could just be a 5-minute moment, right? It could be anything that you desire. Sometimes it doesn't cost you anything. You know what one of my self-care rituals is that I love to do, I haven't done it in a while, is to go on Sunset where the airport, you can see the airplanes take off, Sunset and Eastern. Yes. And I used to go there and just sit. I used to go there and sit and just watch the planes take off and think and meditate. Some people take baths, showers. It's whatever you call self-care. If you're doing something and you say, you know what, this is a self-care moment, that will be a self-care moment. Your family, friends, loved ones, and the people that your business is meant to reach should receive from the overflow of what you give to yourself, right? We talk about this, and this is not my concept. This is something I heard on social media. A young man was talking about. So if you hear me say it, I don't want you to be like, he took credit for that. That ain't his. I don't want to hear that, all right? But this young man said, sometimes we're conditioned to pour into other people. As business owners, you're conditioned to pour into your staff. And what this young man said was, that's not necessarily accurate or good. Because when you pour into someone else, you're pouring out of you. And when you're running on fumes and on empty, what do you have left to give? And so instead of living in and pouring into others, what this young man said was to make sure that you fill your cup completely so that they can live in your overflow. Right? So they can live in your overflow. Sometimes we give too much of ourselves. Definitely in business, we're conditioned to give, to grind, to hustle, and we don't take care of ourselves. And because of that, we die early. We give up on our careers. Our mental health is in shambles. We lose our family. We lose our friends. We have no social life, and depression is inevitable. So you have to ask yourself, is my cup full enough to where I get to pour out into other people? How do I do that? How do I pour out into other people? Well, you make sure your self-care is in check. You make sure that you're getting up and you're doing the work early. You know what I mean? And now when I say early, I don't mean don't get your rest, because your rest is important. In our community, right, the word grind, we've been taught that grinding means that we sleep little, we bust our butt, we work real hard, we'll sleep when we die. You know, we've been taught that. But the reality is, your sleep is your best self-care. The water that you drink is your best self-care. The food that you eat is your best self-care, with the addition of wings. Right? Yeah. And that red stuff over there that look like Kool-Aid. I'm gonna drink some. But also making sure you're taking time off of work. When you're a business owner, you don't have time off, do you? You work 7 days a week. Who said yes? You do? You take your time, huh? Yes. Yes. As a therapist, you see the amount of people that you may see, right, on a regular basis. You have to take time off, or you're going to explode. Right? You're going to explode. You can't work 7 days a week because you're taking on other people's feelings, emotions, depression, and so you have to get that off, and your self-care is so important. I had a list of different self-care things that you can do. It was about 40 of them. I'm going to post that on my website if you want to look at it, if you need more ideas for self-care. Success, and I'm almost finished. Success isn't just about making money. It's about building capacity, mental capacity, to manage your mental health while making impact and enjoying the fruits of your labor. I'm going to say that one more time. Success isn't just about making money. It's about building capacity to manage your mental health while making impact and enjoying the fruits of your labor. That's true success. Success isn't just about making money. It's about building capacity to manage your mental health while making impact and enjoying the fruit of your labor. Sometimes, you're very welcome. You need it one more time, you good? All right, good. It'll be up here if you need it. When I say building capacity, in this mental health field, we always talk about boundaries. We talk about what are some other things we talk about all the time, or would you say intrusive thoughts and triggers, right? Triggers and boundaries. We always have those conversations, but one thing we don't talk about is building capacity, right? And so, when we're dealing with our business, right, we know that trouble is going to come, but building capacity, we know that difficult times will come, but building capacity helps you to be able to deal with those problems and it not sway you to the point where you feel burnt out, where you feel exhausted. And that's really what therapy does. If you're someone who wants to look further into therapy, I think what this young lady stated about her group that she's on, I think that is phenomenal. A group just in case you don't know if you want therapy, but you like, okay, I heard about it, maybe I'll try it. You can join that group to be a part of that. There's other therapists in the room. There's not a lot of therapists that look like us in this valley or in this world. Actually, let me share this. I shared on their podcast. There's only 4% of all therapists in the country are black, right? Out of the 4% that are black, 1% are male. And so there's not a lot of us out there, but no, there's some of us out there. 1% can mean a whole lot. You know how I know there's some of us out there? Because I'm out there, right? So if you're interested, please, my information is on the table. Scan the QR code. Follow me on social media. I'll follow you back because I like friends. I was the only child. I ain't have a lot. So, when I get a new friend, I'll be so happy. So if you can follow me just for that, you can unfollow me after you follow me just to help my, but I'm cool with that. So yes. Anybody have any questions? Any questions, comments, concerns?
Are you accepting new clients?
I am accepting new clients. I have, I just actually closed out a few people. So I have a few openings. Not a lot, but I have a few. So, yes, ma'am. Men's mental health for sure. Children, families. I have this special knack. I think it's because of my mom and my childhood situation, but I have this passion towards single parents of black boys. Whether it's male, whether it's a father or a son. So EMDR certified trauma. I really focus on the traumas that hinder us in our community, where not a lot of people can identify with that. And so that's what I specialize in. I also do some couples counseling. I love that as well. So,
What kind of insurance you accept?
absolutely none.
I know that's right.
I don't. Unfortunately, I don't take insurance. I'm really, and they probably can vouch, but I'm kind of tossed. Insurance is needed, but what they put us through to get the insurance is rough, And so you talking about working 7 days a week, about 10 hours a day, that insurance forces you to do so, So, it's a challenge. It's something that, I toy with all the time, but currently I don't take any insurance. So. Ma'am?
Oh, I was gonna say I can help you with that. I can make you get paid.
You can make me get paid? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, but I did want to just touch on something about self-care,
Mhm.
and I think that you did a good job addressing we don't really learn what that is and what that looks like. And so what I teach is, when did you learn to tell yourself you love you? We grow up and we say, I love you back, right?
Right.
Tell her you love her. Tell him you love them, right? We
Right.
always say that.
Yeah.
But we do not say it to ourselves.
Mm.
So I think that would be something to add in your daily affirmations and say, I love me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would want to leave y'all with that.
Yeah. That's really good. That's really good. Could y'all hear her over there? Yeah. I love me. And on that note, I just want you to know that I love me. I love y'all too, but not as much. as I love me. I also love, thank you for reminding me, Chris. Did y'all know that the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl?
All right, I got a question real quick. So I just wanted to thank you for, let's give a round of applause for Keith today. No jokes today, no jokes today. All right, I got 2 questions for you.
You don't have no jokes?
No jokes today.
I don't believe you.
I got 2 questions for you.
All right.
Can you give us advice? What's the difference between just going through something and do I need therapy? Because a lot of us go through things,
really good
especially
question.
entrepreneurs. We stressed out. We think about our business and things like that. So what's the difference? What's the benchmark of I'm just going through something right now or I need therapy?
Yeah. You know, everything, Jay, everything is not trauma, right? No matter, even though, you know, you hear, you know, this word trauma is another one of those buzzwords. Everything is not trauma, and therapy isn't just for those who are traumatized, right? Therapy is definitely necessary for anything that you're going through, whether it's making a big decision, whether it's helping to build relationships, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a traumatic event. And so it's not necessarily, when you come, if you've never been to therapy and you go to therapy, it's not like you're gonna lay on a couch and I'm sitting there in a white jacket, you know, sitting over top of you, diagnosing you and calling you crazy. That's not what therapy is. Therapy in my practice, and a lot of other African-American therapists that I know, is very conversational. It's very, let's talk about your life, and it's comfortable. It's not what you may think. So if you've never tried it, I encourage you to try it out. Give myself a call or one of these 2 ladies, and in fact, I think trying your class is dope. So did you ask both of them? You asked one. Second question.
So my second question is, can you give us some warning signs or like indicators of maybe you need to consider therapy or schedule a consultation? Are there some like mental or behavior patterns that you may notice within yourself that are like warning signs?
Yeah. And any change that you may have, like when you see yourself changing and you don't understand what you're feeling or experiencing or why, right? Whether it's irritability, you get angry all the time. A good judgment of that is when you drive. If you notice that your road rage is a little greater than normal, you know, that is a real good indicator that something else is going on. When you're in your relationship, here goes a good one, and you can't communicate and you shut down and you don't talk anymore. That might be a good indicator. When she said, oh. She said it out loud. Did y'all hear that? Yeah, bro, you hear that? That is a good indicator. No, we communicate very, very well. That was perfect timing. It was interesting. That's what she said. Yeah. Babe, you said it. I didn't say it. You put yourself out there.
But anyway, so I'll shit down. I'm like that at work. I'm like that in my, like everywhere. Like I just don't even feel like doing. I'm like, you are mentally taking too much out of me right now. So
Right.
this is taking too much, and I'm about to shut down.
Yes. So did I answer your question, ma'am?
Okay. You talked about building capacity.
Yes.
So, do you have any examples of that or any strategies, or is that just like a self-care?
You can. Yeah, great. Yeah. It hit your spirit. I was like, you was.
I know.
Okay.
One, I would like to answer that just because when building capacity, you really are, it's almost like a teetering in a way. You are trying to, so one of the things I teach is somatic, so learning how to listen to your body, learning how to listen to your body, learning how to understand what your body is communicating with you, to you. And when we're building capacity, we're really, it's an example would be, today I can eat 2 pieces of chicken without my stomach hurting. And then tomorrow I'm gonna build myself up to try to do 3 pieces of chicken. Why am I using chicken? But we are using chicken. Then I'm gonna build myself up. So capacity is having the ability to learn and know what your body is trying to communicate with you to say, okay, this is too much. Okay, I can't deal with that. So, but as we build capacity, to build capacity, we will have to listen to our body. And to listen to your body is a skill, and that's something that we want to learn. So then that way we can know, okay, I'm gonna hit my breaking point if I continue this conversation. So then I'm gonna pause so that I can be able to regroup and then go back. And then that teetering kind of thing is how you build capacity.
All right, that's good. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Also, if I can add to that, a lot of times when we go through traumatic events or different events in our life, and we don't deal with them, right? We're triggered easy. Building capacity is learning how to not be triggered every time that event comes. It's like turning a light switch on. Whenever you walk in a room and you turn the light switch on and the light comes on, you expect that. But if you walk in a room and you say, you know what, I'm gonna turn on this light and the light switch is not gonna come on. The light's not gonna come on, and when the light don't come on, then you will stop eventually. If you keep doing that all the time, you'll stop flicking the light on. So that's how our triggers are. And so if we stop allowing the light to come on every time we flick the switch, then our capacity is growing. Okay, that makes sense? Anybody else before we wrap up? Yes, ma'am.
I just want to add to that.
Yes.
From a medical perspective and a holistic perspective, I usually refer almost every single one of my clients to therapy. Because I do a long intake, and people don't realize the more you suppress, which is what
Yes.
you're talking about with the triggers, the more you don't acknowledge those triggers, the more you suppress, the more illness your body starts to
Yes.
develop. So they internalize, and then over time, it just builds into more and more disease. And
Yes.
then chronic. So
Yes.
people don't realize it's all connected. The mental health is directly connected with the body.
Yes.
So you have to take care of it.
100% true. Thank you for that. Thank you for that addition.
I agree with you, and I work in healthcare. I'm the director of case management at a hospital. I'm a social worker by the way too.
Huh?
But
Yeah, I thought I was over time, so I wanted to make sure. I can keep going.
because I see patients who leave and readmission is high because the mental capacity of them being discharged and going home and what we call safe discharge is not actually a safe discharge when I'm mentally worried about my health, about my medication, about who's going to take care of me. And so a lot of times they're declining in their mental health and in their health because mentally they're still stressed and they go home and because they was at the hospital they look well, but when you go home you don't have somebody to care for you. You don't have the right medication. You don't have certain services wrapped around you. And families need to understand what the difference is support in being saying, oh, I'll come pick mom up or I'll come pick so-and-so up to take them home. It's more. Because now, if they don't have that needed support, they're going to decline. So, and we're seeing a lot of readmissions. So I'm starting to actually, I'm working on PowerPoint and I'm going to have people come in and talk to families about safe discharges.
Yeah, it all starts at education.
Yes, so true. Good stuff. Anybody else? Any other questions at all? This was amazing. No, she pulling your leg. All right. Thank y'all so much for being patient and listening and participating. I really appreciate you. Give yourselves a hand. A beautiful Black professional. Thank you.